get into investment bank and you will become a millionaire in 2 to 3 years. If this is what you are thinking, then you are probably wrong, because not all investment bankers make crores of rupees. How much you earn in investment bank depends upon where you work. In this video, we are going to uncover four types of investment bank and go into detail of how much you can earn and why is there difference amongst all. So hello there, my name is Karan Damania. I am an ex-investment banker turned founder, and through encoding careers, we help you build successful career in finance. So let's get onto the screen and understand each type in detail. Okay, so let's start with how much do investment bankers earn. As you can see in the infographics below, there are four types of investment banks that we are going to cover, and for each of them we are going to see how much you can earn. As we go through each of the type, we will first understand the overview of those type of investment banking companies, and then we will move to understanding how much you can earn as an analyst or associate if you are starting out in each of the type. So let's get started with the first type, which is regional boutique. Here we will understand the team size, what are the deal size that these kind of investment banks are doing, who are the clients that they serve, and what will be the work culture that you will observe. So let's start with the team size. The team will be small in size with around 5 to 15 people working. The team will be led by a managing director or directors. There could be one, two, or three at the max. There will not be a lot of directors in these boutique firms. It could be a ex investment banker who has started out this boutique firm. So that could be the case. And then there will be VPs or AVPs under them who are working on business development part. And finally, there will be analyst and associate. The deal size that they are doing is small to mid size, focused on niche industry. Regional boutiques will cater to small kind of deals because the team size is small. They don't have a lot of capacity to work on high value deals, and a lot of boutique firms will focus on some of the industries that they are expert in. If it is started by an ex investment banker who was expert in TMT, so they will be focusing on technology, media, and telecommunication sector as their core, so that they make the best use of the capacity that they have. Next, talking about the clientele, they will mostly cater to SMEs, that is small and medium enterprises, startups, and family owned businesses. To these type of clients, they could offer services of M&A or fundraise. It could be debt or equity. And finally, talking about the work culture, it is very entrepreneurial, hands-on, and flat hierarchy. Entrepreneurial because you will be working on the deal. Alongside that, you will be having a lot of other functions to work upon. For me, I also worked in boutique firm, and alongside working on deals, I used to handle the internal finance of our investment bank. Alongside that, look across with CAs on filing of our returns and everything. So that was something that I got to learn, and you will not observe in other types of investment bank. It is very hands-on. That is, you have to apply everything practically from the start. You will not have a lot of workshops or initial kind of overview for what is to be done. You will directly get involved into the deals and start learning from the start. And there is very flat hierarchy. That is, you will be having greater chances of getting promoted if you perform well. As the team size is small, there is not a lot of competition that you have to go. So that is a benefit of working in boutique. Next, let's talk about salary range. So as an analyst, you could start around 4 and scale up to 8 lakh as you get experience. Now this will also depend upon what is your past background, what is the education qualification you have, and what certifications you carry alongside. If you are a very fresh graduate who has done only kind of CFA level 1, then you could be starting around 4 to 5 lakhs, because investment bank will want to test you. If you are someone who has good experience in finance side of things, like not investment banking but understand accounting and everything, and you have good qualifications with you and worked upon certain projects, then 6 to 8 lakh is something they could be easily offering you. Alongside that, you are offered 10 to 30% of bonus. This will be based upon the performance that the entire organization has done. Talking about associate, you can start around 7 and scale up to 11 as you get experience, and your bonus will be 15 to 40% of your annual CTC. Lot of time in boutique firms, you could be offered bonus in various types. For me, I was gifted a laptop and certain level of cash amount as my bonus. Certain people were rewarded with an iPad and cash amount on that. So that is how, depending upon the culture, you will be awarded your bonuses. Talking about next type of firm, which is mid market. Let's see elements of it. Number one, team size, where they are working with medium sized team of around 15 to 30 people. In mid market firm, the entire division of investment banking will not have 15 to 30 people. It will be the team under those investment banking division who are divided. So there will be a sector who will be working only for healthcare deals. There will be a sector who will be working only for TMT division. In those teams, there will be 15 to 30 people working. because now it is a mid-market firm. They are dealing in bigger size of deals. They need a higher team size. Next point, we have deal size where they are doing small or mid-sized deals, often regional M&A or IPO. Now, compared to the regional boutique firms, the deal sizes that mid-market companies are doing will be often larger. If, for example, certain company wants to go for Series A, B, C round of funding, they will go to a boutique investment banking firm, because for mid-market companies, the transaction fees that they will get from those kind of deals will be very less in size, and for that they are looking out for deals that are higher in value and that gives a higher transaction amount to them. So here they are trying to source such kind of deals. Talking about the clientele, they will be serving to regional corporate or mid cap companies. Now in India, mid cap companies are the companies who are listed on stock market and have a market capital of less than 98,000 crores and more than 25,000 crores. Now the funding requirement by those kind of companies will be huge, and it will be very difficult for a boutique firm to get those kind of deals done. And that's where middle market investment bank comes into the picture, as they have good capacity, team size, and they have good connections in the industry. They will be able to serve better for those kind of deals. Talking about the work culture, it is very structured but less intense compared to global bank. As we saw in the boutique firm, that you will be working alongside deals on various elements of your internal investment banking business. Whereas in the mid market, it will not be like that. There will be various departments who will handle such kind of admin and operations work, and your main work will be to do deals and get work done for your clients. The hierarchy of mid market firms is also very structured. That is, you will not be easily promoted to associate level, because there will be certain things that you need to learn as an analyst, and only then you will be considered for promotion. Whereas on the boutique side, it was not like that. If you perform well initially, then you could be promoted easily. And the mid markets are less intense compared to global banks, since as we saw that you are doing deals for domestic companies, the workload will be less compared to global banks where you are coordinating with international clients as well. Then we come talking about the salary range. You as an analyst will start around 8 to 16 lakh. Your bonus will be 20 to 15% of your CTC. As an associate, you could start around 16 to 32 lakhs, and the bonus will be ranging from 25 to 60%. The bonus has very wide spectrum of range, because investment bank go as per market cycles. If the market has a lot of money capital flowing around, then the deals that are coming and getting executed will be higher, and at that time the transaction fees that investment bankers make is also higher, and that's where your bonus will be paid on the higher side. So you have to take that into consideration when you start working in this industry. The third type of investment bank is elite investment banking companies. Let's start to understand with the elements. Team size, they have large global teams, cross office collaboration. Now, elite investment banks are working on deals which are very large in size, that we will understand from the second point, that they are dealing in large scale global M&A complex cross border deals. Now, for that, you will need huge team to work alongside with one another. You will need team in one office where the deal is going on. Alongside that, you will need team on the other side of the border as well, because they are most of the time dealing with companies who want to merge or acquire with someone outside their region to expand their service line. And that's where elite investment banks are also expert in. Now most of the elite investment banks only have M&A as their service line, because fundraising is mostly done through middle market companies that are there in those region. As we saw earlier, that most of the middle market companies are dealing in IPO and fundraising services. So most companies will go out to them and take services from them, because that would be cheaper for them and convenient as well. Now, elite investment bank being globally recognized, they have higher fees as they are very specialized in what they offer. Talking about clientele, they are serving Fortune 500 companies and global corporates, because they are the ones who have such high pocket with them to acquire or merge with companies on global level. And the final thing is work culture, where it is intense, collaborative, globally integrated team. As we saw that elite investment banks are working cross-border M&A transactions. They need to be very collaborative on what are the regulations, what are the compliance for one region, what is there for the second region, because based on that they will make decisions of how the team should be integrated and what should be the post merger operation. It is very intense, because as we know that investment bank work on very tight deadlines. They need to be on top of things that they are working upon, and as you are working across various time zones, you have to make sure that you are aligned with the work that is needed on that side of the region as well, and that could be very intense working on your region as well as on the other side of the region. So that is about elite investment bank. Talking about what you can earn, the analyst could easily start around 14 lakh and scale up to 30 lakhs as they get experience. The bonus element is also quite high, starting from 30%, scaling up to 60%. At an associate level, you will have starting salary of around 35 lakh and scale up to 60 lakh as you gain experience. And the bonus element will be around 35 to 80% of your annual CTC. Now, as we are moving up the ladder on various type of investment bank, we can see that your salary range is also increasing, because when we see regional boutique, you saw that they are doing very small sized of deals, and the clients that they are serving are also very small in size. So the transaction fees that they gain from the entire deal will not be that high, and so the team will also be paid accordingly. As we move up the ladder, you saw that mid market companies are doing IPOs and some M&A for mid cap companies, which will be a bigger transaction size, so that the fees will be made on the higher side, and thus the team is paid much higher than boutique firm. And when we come for elite investment bank, we saw that they are doing cross border deals, and here if the investment bank is based in India and they are doing deals in US, then the earnings would be in dollars and they are paying in rupees. That's where they could easily pay higher salaries to their analyst and associate, and the bonuses will be also higher. But getting those kind of deals is very difficult, and when you get one, it is very intense and deadline oriented. The final type of investment bank that we have is bulge bracket, where the team size that they are working is very large teams, highly specialized role. Over here, the deal size that they are doing is mega deals, multi-billion dollar transaction. Now, as we understand that multi-billion dollar transaction is what is common for bulge bracket, you definitely need lot of team size to get those things worked upon, because when multi-billion dollar transactions are considered, the size of the companies that you will be working with is will be massive, and the work that you need to do upon due diligence, upon research, upon the deck side, upon the model side will also need lot of people to get work done. And thus bulge bracket have people who are highly specialized. If someone gets started in due diligence, working on one deal will make them very specialized and expert in doing those kind of work, because they will get so much learning and they have lot of work to do for particular transaction. Talking about the clientele, they are serving blue chip clients, governments, and institutional investors. Blue chip clients are those companies who have very good market capitalization in the industry and have multi-billion dollar turnovers. They are also serving governments if governments wants to raise funds through bonds or want to go for any kind of disinvestment in the entity that they hold. Bulge bracket banks can help them. Finally, institutional investors like pension funds, insurance company who want to get their capital invested, bulge bracket is someone that they can connect, because this kind of investors have huge amount of money and they need to invest it very wisely, and thus investment bank come into the picture and they help match between investors and the client needing those money. The work culture is extremely high pressure, highly structured. That is, when you are working upon deals, you will have very tight deadlines. You will be working around 80 to 100 hours and it will be very structured. You won't find loopholes in the entire system that they follow, and it is very organized. Department is working on their deliverables, the other department is working on their deliverables. You will be given very clear instructions on what you need to work upon. So that is how entire work culture works in bulge bracket investment bank. Now, talking about the salary range for a bulge bracket, at an analyst you can easily start at around 25 lakhs and scale up to 40 lakhs. The bonus will be ranging from 30 to 75%. At an associate, you are starting around at 40, scaling up to 80 lakhs, and your bonus can start around 40% and go as high as your entire CTC that you have earned. Now, this will entirely depend upon the deal performance and the transaction that your investment bank has completed. So that's where we complete four type of investment bank and the salary range for each of them. All right, so now you know how much you can earn depending upon where you are working in investment banking. Now it's time to start working upon your skills and get ready for this industry. Here's the video that will explain you in detail what are the skills necessary for investment banking. That is it for this video. See you in the next one. Until then, this is Karan Damania taking your leave.